I got Tank. I got Tank winning that fight. He just got to be on defense in the earlier round.
The upcoming fight between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach on December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston has sparked mixed reactions. While some fans are thrilled, others are disappointed. Social media has been buzzing with trash talk, drawing in.
And Baltimore guys don't like each other. You know what I mean? So it was a DC guy that I got into it with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So one of the older guys named Dana, he basically told me chill out, like nah.
Right.
DC and Baltimore don't fuck with each other.
Yeah, they like don't. That. One thing about it, the city.
Not just fans, but also fighters and trainers into the conversation. Both TankDavis and Lamont Roach have exchanged heated words, but it was Frank Martin's message to Roach that caught the most attention. Martin, a top contender, warned Roach against facing Gervonta Davis, believing he doesn't have what it takes to defeat the undefeated champion. His warning was clear. I don't think he has what it takes to put Tank down. Everyone is confident until they actually step in the ring with him. This will just be another loss for Roach. This comment became part of the heated social media exchanges between Davis and Roach, further intensifying the tension as the fight nears. Davis has long been a dominant force in the lightweight division, known for his power, speed, and devastating knockouts, earning him a reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous fighters. ESPN ranks him as the number 8 pound-for-pound boxer in the world, showcasing his skill and dominance. His status with the WBA allows him to defend his lightweight title against super featherweight fighters, leading many fans to believe he is avoiding tougher competition in his own division to maintain his undefeated record against what they see as lesser opponents.
$1 million worth of game, where in your mind did you say, I'm going to fuck Tank up?
He in a spot that I want. You know what
You
I mean?
gonna finish
like,
it?
Yeah, he gonna find out. The sparring, look, this
He
the
didn't
thing.
touch me up. You were scared to get in the ring.
Where your man's at?
Lamont Roach moving up in weight for this fight is seen by some as another example of Davis picking a weaker opponent to secure an easy win. However, Tank's track record speaks for itself. His last fight against Frank Martin in June showcased his incredible speed and knockout power as he overwhelmed Martin in the middle rounds before finishing him with a devastating knockout. This victory further solidified his status as one of the most feared fighters in the sport. It's no surprise that Frank Martin, having personally experienced Davis's power, would warn Roach against taking the fight. Lamont Roach enters.
Do you feel like Tank has been receiving unfair criticism because of Lamont not being as known of a fighter as his past opponent?
Yeah, but it's not Tank's fault. You know, the guys with the so-called names, they turn Tank down, they price themselves out. And because people don't know Lamont, he's not as popular, they think he can't fight, but Lamont can fight. And he got a hell of a pedigree, you know, 7-time national champion. And he tough.
This fight with a record of 25 wins, 1 loss, and 10 knockouts, riding an impressive 6-fight winning streak since his only career defeat to Jamel Herring in 2019. His most notable victory came in November last year when he defeated Hector Garcia by split decision to claim a world title. While Roach may not have the star power of Davis, his recent success in the ring proves he is not someone to be underestimated. His confidence has been evident in the lead-up to the fight, especially through his heated social media exchanges.
Yeah, that's my guy. Left-hander, dynamite, power, explosive, you know what I'm saying? Good boxing ability. He's in training camp right now. He's putting that work in, and, you know, I mean,
Davis. Roach has made it clear that he doesn't see himself as just another opponent for Davis. You must think I'm one of them regular B. You fought, LOL. Cut it out, Measy, Roach fired back at Davis, insisting that he is different from the fighters Davis has previously faced and is ready to prove it in the ring. However, Davis, ever confident, was quick to respond, warning Roach to be careful with his words. I advise you not to talk so much. It can be bad for you. You know that already, though. This exchange was classic Davis. Calm, confident, and ready to back up his words in the ring. Despite Roach's winning streak and belief that he can give Davis a tough fight, many analysts and fans remain skeptical. While Roach has shown improvement in recent fights, few see how he can pose a serious threat to someone as powerful and skilled as Davis. However, boxing is a sport full of surprises, and Roach is determined to be the underdog who shocks the world. Frank Martin's warning to Roach carries weight not just because he is a respected fighter, but because he has first-hand experience facing Davis. Once seen as a rising star and potential future champion, Martin was thoroughly outclassed by Davis, who used his speed and power to overwhelm him before delivering a knockout that left no doubt about his superiority. Yet, in the midst of all this, Roach remains undeterred by the challenge of facing Tank. Despite Davis's dominant record and fearsome reputation, Roach enters the fight with confidence, making his stance clear. "I'm not Frank Martin." He believes he brings a different skill set and experience to the table, and is determined to go one step further by dethroning the undefeated lightweight champion.
A certain limit that you hit, right? But then there's that next criteria or that next top tier, and if you don't match that, you never gonna know how great you really are. And I've done that a few amount of times already. I jumped out that box and done that. So I have yet to see Gervonta come out of that box yet. You know what I'm saying? They're about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds. Whether he's a champion or not, you're getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good again. I'm saying.
One of the key distinctions Roach has emphasized is his experience compared to Frank Martin. While Martin fell short against Davis, Roach insists that his own background and skill set make him a much tougher opponent. "Respectfully, I'm not Frank Martin," Roach stated in an interview with Cigar Talk. He pointed out that Martin only started boxing at 15, a relatively late start in the sport, and lacked the depth of experience needed to compete with someone as seasoned as Gervonta Davis. In contrast, Roach believes his long career in boxing gives him an edge that Martin simply didn't have. He didn't have the experience to be in there with someone as skilled and experienced as Tank, Roach said of Martin. Confident in his abilities, Roach believes he can match Davis in almost every aspect of the game.
They're both champions, but in this case, Garcia is the challenger. Oh, down!
"I've got the same skill. Level as Tank. I've got the same experience as Tank. I've got the reflexes. I've got the ability. I damn sure got the..." This confidence isn't just bravado. Roach's career boasts a more extensive and tested track record compared to Martin, fighting at 130 lbs, but moving up to 135 lbs for this bout. Roach currently holds the WBA super featherweight title.
I watched a few of your amateur fights, right? I didn't know that you and Tank fought many years ago as well, man. And I saw that, man. It was a close fight, man. It was a JO 2011.
Yeah.
I was battling back and forth, brother.
Yeah.
See, these boys look like pros as amateurs.
He has also shared the ring with Tank twice before in sparring sessions, losing both times by decision. However, those losses haven't shaken Roach's belief in his ability to finally get the better of Davis, as he continues to grow and improve with each fight. Stylistically, Frank Martin and Lamont Roach have different approaches to fighting, and Roach believes this is where he holds an advantage. Martin is known for his
Back on the game plan has had keep him busy. Oh, there's a but Martin doing the veteran thing. Davis missing. Martin covered up well. He needs to be a little bit more. Oh, left uppercut. Down goes Martin. Big trouble here. There's the uppercut.
Speed, quick reflexes, and technical precision, relying more on movement and accuracy, rather than sheer knockout power. However, against Davis, Martin found himself outgunned, as Tank's overwhelming power took control in the middle rounds, ultimately leading to an 8th-round knockout. Roach, on the other hand, describes himself as a more versatile fighter. While he may not be known for knockout power, with only 10 KOs in his 25 wins, he is a cerebral fighter with a high ring IQ.
You do it. This is the blueprint. You know, you work your plan and you plan your work. And he's been doing that. He's gotten better since the loss. Sure, he's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger. You know, so hats off to them. They put themselves in the position for a payday. And that's what this is all about. It's called prize fighting.
Yeah.
Roach relies on his boxing intelligence and ability to make adjustments mid-fight rather than sheer aggression. His defense is sharp, and he is known for his durability, having never been knocked down or seriously hurt in any of his professional fights. In many ways, Roach's style is built on longevity and outsmarting opponents rather than overpowering them. Roach feels confident in his ability to handle Davis's power, questioning why people assume he'll suffer the same fate as past opponents. What makes people think I'm going to end up like those guys who didn't have the experience and skill? Roach asked. I think I've got a nice chin. I got hit on my chin a couple of times. Ain't nobody ever dropped me. Ain't nobody ever seen me hurt in a fight. While he acknowledges that Davis's power is on another level, Roach believes his durability sets him apart from fighters like Martin, who ultimately couldn't withstand Tank's onslaught. The two have sparred twice before, with Davis winning, by decision each time. While sparring doesn't tell the full story of a real fight, it does offer insight into their dynamics. Most notably, Davis, known for his knockout power, wasn't able to stop Roach in those sessions. This gives Roach confidence that he can take what Tank brings to the table. However, sparring is vastly different from a professional fight. Davis has only grown more powerful and skilled since those sessions, becoming one of boxing's most feared knockout artists with 28 KOs in 30 wins. His power is no longer in question. It's a proven weapon. While Roach might take...
So can you confirm or deny Lamont Roach would be the backup?
No, Lamont Roach and Tank got a history together, an amateur history where they went back and forth as amateurs. You know what I'm saying?
Comfort in their past sparring encounters, the reality is that the stakes are much higher now. This isn't just practice, it's a championship fight, and Davis will be looking to end it in brutal fashion, just as he has so many times before. There's something familiar about Roach's confidence heading into this fight. We've seen it before, most recently with Frank Martin. Like Roach, Martin believed he had the skills, speed, and athleticism to be the one to hand Davis his first loss. He was confident that he could withstand Tank's power, but we all know how that ended. Martin fought bravely, but once Davis landed his power shots, the fight was over. Roach, however, insists that he is different. He believes his greater experience and higher ring IQ will allow him to handle Davis's power better than Martin did.
None of these people are outside with me training. None of these people are in the gym with me training. None of these people can do fucking half the thing that I can do. None of these people can achieve half of the things that I don't achieve. I'm in the position where I am for a reason. So all that stuff is just outside noise, and sometimes it, you know what I'm saying, it's training camp. So sometimes I get bored. I'm going to respond every once in a while. So
I've damn sure got the IQ. But for many boxing fans, this all feels like déjà vu. Similar words have been spoken by past opponents, yet none have been able to solve the puzzle that is Gervonta Davis. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, boasting a perfect record, has been dominating his opponents, leading many to anticipate that Lamont Roach Jr. will be another addition to his list of victories. Davis's ability to select opponents, a privilege granted by his WBA status, has attracted criticism from fans who feel he's sidestepping more formidable competition in the lightweight division. Roach, moving up in weight for this bout, is perceived by some as an easier target for Davis to secure another win. However, Roach rejects the notion of being a mere stepping stone. He's determined to defy expectations and establish himself as a genuine contender in the lightweight category. His confidence is evident, especially as their rivalry intensifies through heated exchanges on social media platforms. Cited Zero search.
What do you think of the announcement of the Gervonta Davis Roach fight?
I think that, it's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability, but he can fight. I don't think it's a huge fight, but not.
About a week ago, Roach attempted to troll Tank on X, insinuating that Davis would need to spar with heavier opponents to be ready for their fight. Roach's attempt to get under Tank's skin did not go as planned, as Davis swiftly responded, stating that all his talking would be done in the ring. It was a sharp comeback, leaving Roach to stew over the response. That initial exchange highlighted the brewing tension between the two, as Roach's confidence seemed to echo the same bold claims made by Frank Martin before his own bout with Davis. Martin, whom Davis dismantled in 8 rounds, had also boasted about being ready, but the result proved otherwise. Davis's response to Roach hinted at a similar fate for the Washington.
Oh, that's the hook.
Washington, D.C.-based boxer, suggesting that Roach's confidence might be misplaced. For a week, things remained relatively quiet. However, Roach was not done with his attempts to ruffle Davis's feathers. This time, Roach decided to bring his rivalry with Tank into the world of the NFL, timing his comments ahead of the much-anticipated game between the Baltimore Ravens, Davis's home team, and the Washington Commanders, Roach's team. What started as lighthearted sports banter turned into yet another intense exchange between the two boxers. The online spat reignited when Roach, proud of his Washington Commanders, responded to a Ravens fan who had taken a shot at both Roach and his hometown team. The fan, clearly aligning with Davis in Baltimore, tweeted, "We are whipping D.C. for the rest of the year. Ravens today, Tank in December." The tweet implied that just as the Ravens would defeat the Commanders, TankDavis would dominate Roach in their fight. Roach, not one to back down, quickly replied, trying to defend both his team and his chances against Davis. But as expected, Tank saw an opening and pounced with a quick, sharp retort. Davis tweeted back, "Yay, you asking for it." Tank's response sent a clear message. The fight was already brewing, and Roach's taunts were only fueling the fire. The exchange left Roach at a loss for words, with his only reply being a confused emoji. Roach's troubles did not end with the Twitter spat. That same weekend, his Washington Commanders faced off against the Baltimore Ravens in an NFL Week 6 showdown. Just like in their Twitter battle, Roach came up short once again as the Commanders lost 30-23 to the Ravens. Baltimore's offense, led by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, dominated the game, leaving Washington struggling to keep up. The Ravens...
Man, it's tough, but we try to ignore the noise. He do for the most part. He handled it very well, but we locked in, man. You know what I'm saying? Lamar just classy guy, man. But he hit rattlesnake too, man. People don't know he mean, man. So you come at him, he gonna bark back sometimes, and people don't be ready for when he come back.
We seeing it.